Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully, y'all can hear me okay. Um, my first time going live. Hey, buddy. First time going live. Let me know if you can hear me. There's Raph. But sweetie, I just got home. I have no idea what that is, but figured I'd just want to drop an update, talk about a couple things. We're still down in Mexico. Definitely want to give some thoughts on the new Range Rover Sport, some of the renders and some information that's been coming out over it. And just overall a Q&A and yeah, see what's going on. So I don't do a ton of lives, as you guys know, so I have no idea how this is going to go or whatnot. But the truth of the matter is I actually filmed kind of an update video, but then as I was editing it, I hated it and scrapped it. So I was like, I'll just do the live update and kind of go from there. But if you are able to watch, let me know in the chats. It'd be great. Can you get my phone? I have no idea where my phone is. All right, it's right here. Never mind. So, let me just do an Instagram thing. Yo, we're live right now. Oops, there's Mariana. We live on the channel right now. Go to the YouTube channel. Come say hi. Yeah, it definitely wasn't the most flattering view of you, babe. It's okay. And now it's on the channel too. Oh no! Yeah. Okay. So hey, first off, I figured it to kind of kick things off. Jesus, if you watching this and you over in Ukraine, stop watching me and go take shelter. Just everything that's been going on. That is just all day I've been trying to stay up to date with stuff like that, and it's crazy, absolutely nuts, a little unbelievable. But Godspeed to all of you over there. I got a lot of friends in Russia as well, so man, just thoughts and prayers are with you guys over there, and hopefully this gets settled quickly. But what's up, Eddie? What's up, Bada? Yo, did you used to go to Shit, I did go to Margaret Stenerson. Who on earth is that from Margaret Stenerson? Oh my God. Damn, Margaret Stenerson. Yes, I went to Margaret Stenerson. Who is this? Bada bing. I need to know who you are. That is so crazy. I would love to reconnect with you. Sam Z, yo, it's 12 a.m. in the UK. Man, how you doing, Sam Z? I'm doing great, man. It's 6 p.m. here. I love the UK. I was telling Mariana, I'd love to go. Brandon Bazzini. Yo, Brandon, hit me up on Facebook, man. Would love to reconnect with you. You can just search for my name, Mecca Osai. Used to, bro, shit. Now, okay, I'm going to Facebook right now and finding you because that's crazy. Brandon Bazzini. Yo, can you DM me here or on Instagram or something, and can we reconnect? Brandon Bazzini. I'm racking my brain, man, trying to think. But yes, bro, let's definitely reconnect. That is nuts, man. Okay. My name is Samir, bro, or Instagram, or like, I don't know, just send a smoke signal up. But yo, let's definitely reconnect, please. That'd be great. So I want to first talk about why we're still in Mexico, because we drove down Mexico to Mexico from Canada early December. We were only going to stay until about mid-January. And then we got a call a couple days into the new year saying our house flooded, a pipe burst or something like that. And yeah, so like the neighbor saw water coming out, and so long story short, it's getting fixed, and but new floors, new siding, new walls, new roof, the downstairs roof, and everything, all of that has to get replaced. So that's going to take months. And so basically we were like, well, instead of having to go back to Vancouver and stay in an Airbnb, right? Our insurance would take care of it, but it's all good. Why don't we just stay down in Mexico and chill down here until it's fixed? And so that's exactly what we're doing. So that's why we're still here in Mexico, um, just because our house is destroyed right now. And yeah, so it's all good. It's kind of the best of this. I'm trying to get rid of that light. It's kind of like um it's like a bittersweet. Like it's not a bad thing because I work for myself with my job, so I'm like, so that's fine. The kids are homeschooled and they do everything pretty much virtually anyways, so that didn't really affect anything. So it's like there was no reason for us to go back at, like, right away. So we down here, honestly, the biggest thing about being here right now, the biggest thing that is hurting the most are my tires. Those things, because I got my winter tires on. The other day it was like 38 degrees. Let's just say the tires are getting shredded. Um, so hopefully we don't hit severe winter weather on the way back, because well, they're not going to be performing very well. So yeah, that's honestly the only negative thing, but everything else has been chilling. So it's really cool. I go down to the desert. You guys are gonna love the weekend on Sunday. I'm going down to the desert. You guys know, like, the salt flats in Utah, right? Where they do like top speed stuff and whatnot. There's an area like that here in Monterey, about an hour outside of the city, I think. And so I'm going down there on Sunday with some people. So be able to film. It'll be some new and unique content. Because it won't be off-roading stuff, it'll be just other stuff. So it'll be kind of cool to do that. But here, let's see what's going on in chat. Am I getting the 2023 Range Rover Sport? Do I want it? Yes. Will I be getting it? Who knows? We'll talk about that in a second. Dad wants to get the 2023 SVR. Yes. Awesome. All right, cool. Let me just see if there was anything else I wanted to update you guys on before we start talking about the thing. All right, no, let's just talk about the new sport. All right. Yeah, all right. So what do you guys think of the new sport so far? I know there was I guess it's the best picture of it so far. Unfortunately, the company I looks like that got the picture ruined it by putting their wheels on it, and it looks like garbage, in my opinion. So, but it's kind of like, I'd say it's probably like 90% of what we're going to be getting until we get the official picture. I think it looks all right. I honestly, first impressions of that are higher than they were of the full size Range Rover when I first saw those official pictures. I think it's the right amount of keeping the classic silhouette and the classic look of the current one that's out there. Yet it's refreshed and redesigned. Obviously, the biggest changes will be the inside and the drivetrain, right? Uh, okay, Eddie, you brought up the whole "it looks like the Velar" thing. We can talk about that too. So yeah, but I'm excited about it. I'll be more excited about seeing the inside, because that's the thing that, that's where you spend your time. And I'd like to see what they're going to do differently with that. Am I going to grab the 2023? Well, you guys know the lease is up on the current one in May of 2023, but who knows if honestly, this is the first time I've had a new car, so I have no idea what the plan is. I would like to replace the current one with the next gen SVR. The only reason I want the SVR is for the sound and just that little added extra. Like, I believe the suspension's tuned differently, the transmission's tuned differently. It is a slightly more aggressive style that I would like to experience until we get like an M5 or something, right? So yeah, we'll see. We will see. Now it looks like the Velar. Now, when we say that, Eddie, when we say it looks like the Velar, we can't really compare the new and the old generation, which is the current Velar. Like, we can't really cross compare two generations, right? Because it's not fair. Because we know how, especially with Land Rover, we know how they kind of bring out new things and they change the style a little bit. That it kind of flows with. How do I explain this? It flows. It flows. The design language flows through the different models. So I don't think it looks like the new Velar. I don't think it looks like a Velar. I think it looks like a new Sport. I don't know, but that's just my opinion. um, so let me just see here. My family has 2020 Luma. I don't know what the Luma is. Did your brother dump the pickup and get a Land Rover? No, not yet. So my brother's doing something really cool. He's building his own truck. So he got a new truck after we lost it on the mountain. So sure has got him a new truck, and he's building that thing from the ground up himself, and he's stoked. He's been texting me, oh, I just got the lift parts in and the wheels, and so yeah, so he's really excited about building up this truck himself. So that's really really cool. I kind of wish I was in Canada there to kind of film that whole process and everything as well, to be with him to experience that. But it's all good. Apparently, the engine is powered by. BMW. Not apparently, it's BMW's engine. It'll be the 4.4 liter, the 4.4 liter V8 twin turbo. That's what the new Range Rovers are going to have for their high end engines. Now they take the engine from BMW and then open it up and tune it to Land Rover specifications. So it's not like they're taking the engine right from the X5 and popping it into a Land Rover vehicle. That's not what they do. They do tune it and change it a little bit to make it for its things. Now, I have like the biggest concern I have is how does that engine sound? Because so far we haven't heard any, and not how does it sound in a BMW? That doesn't count because it'll sound different once Land Rover engineers play with it. So, but how is it going to sound compared to that absolutely amazing 5-liter V8? That's outside there. That's why I keep pointing behind me. So I don't know. My fingers are crossed that the engineers don't screw up the sound too bad. But we'll see. It's just the way it is, right? Technology, emissions. We can't cry and you know, it's I'm sad to see the supercharger. The 5-liter engine is an amazing engine. Could be one of the best engines I think Land Rover or Jaguar has ever produced. But we will see. We will see. Luma is the body kit. So you got the 2020 Range Rover with the Luma blacked out kit and whatnot. That makes more sense, man. Sorry, guys, it's been a long day, and I literally got home 20 minutes ago. It's like I got the live stream, so forgive me if I'm not all there compared to usual. Oh yeah, content. Don't know if it's in America, but it's 100% in the UK. Tune, more torque, make the Land Rover. Yeah, ran late, 4.4 liter. Yeah. It's the best in heartbeat. So, what do you guys think? Are you excited? What are your thoughts on the new Sport? Or I'm excited. Like we haven't even really started. I guess the new Range Rover just started landing, I believe, in the States. From what I've been seeing on Instagram and stuff, it looks like dealerships are just starting to get them for for their showrooms, but it doesn't look like anybody has had access to one to take it out. Like I want to hear it rip down the street. I want to see what it's like. Like we haven't seen. Hopefully, as as we come to the end of the pandemic and everything, that Land Rover was able to do the same style of press events that they did in the US when they launched the 2013 full-size Range Rover. Because I remember watching Roman from TFL, and man, if you've seen that when they launched the last gen full-size Range Rover, Land Rover did the whole thing, and Roman was driving it on that big sand. You just type in like TFL Range Rover or 2013 Range Rover, I believe, and you'll watch them at a press event. Oh my god, it was just it's probably some of the most challenging off-roading at a press event I've ever seen. And it's like if they always did stuff like that, I wouldn't rip on um press events being so watered down and pathetic. Like they usually are, right? They usually make a course, but like these things were getting stuck and they had to be putting rocks in there, and once again, all on street tires. But man, you could just see like it was 100% like, and they had people with zero experience. It was incredible. I'm like, man, that's how they should always do events. So love the content you're making, you're putting out there. Thinking about making a purchase from the X5 to a Range Rover. I think that'd be awesome, man. I haven't driven an X5 before, but I've sat in them a few times, and I was crazy. The first time I sat in one, just a couple years ago, and I sat in one, and it felt like I was getting into a car. It was so different than getting into the Range Rover. It just like I got in, I was like, oh my, it's so easy. It was just so easy to get into compared to what it's like getting into my sport. And instantly, it's gosh, no wonder these are so popular. Look how easy that is. It was it's I can see why BMW sells so many of those X5s. And if you guys remember a time when BMW was like, we will never make an SUV. We will never make four-wheel or all-wheel drive. I remember that time when BMW was fully against it, right? And now look what they're doing, right? In the UK, there's none on the road, but there's one for sale on Auto Trader, the P530. We have the new Range Rover near our local dealers, but no test drives yet, right? Do more secrets on the Range Rover. Yes. Yeah, I do. Actually, I've been doing some scoping out some other people's videos on stuff, trying to get some more ideas of some other cool content to do. And I haven't done a full walk around type of like, here are all the things that I love about owning a Range Rover, and kind of walking around and showing you guys all the different little I guess Doug Dimmer would say quirks and features or whatever it is about it that I've just loved over the last. I'm about to hit 100,000 kilometers on it, right? A few years of owning it. So that's definitely something I'll be doing shortly. TFL popped 2 tires in 10 yards on their Defender. Yes, but that was we can fully agree that that was user error, not tire issues. Okay, 100%. Right. That was just Tommy not. And for somebody like Tommy, who's so experienced, I don't think I need air quotes because Tommy's experienced driving off road. That was just stupid. But let me tell you guys a secret. Sometimes when shit goes wrong, you get more views. So it's no secret that people like when shit goes wrong, that creates more drama and more controversy, and that increases views, which increase watch time on YouTube, which increases ad spend, which funds more videos. So I'm just saying, I ain't saying he did it on purpose, but it's not like Tommy's new to driving off road. New cars don't excite me as much. I like the tech, but the styling looks off. I could see you on that, right? I could see you on that. Like Kia. So Kia is massive here in Monterey because we have some absolutely insane Kia manufacturing plants here in Mexico, right? Like they've built Korean towns here because it employs that many people here. Like it's just crazy. So you see a lot of Kias, but oh my God, I don't know who was asleep when they were designing Kias. Have you noticed all Kias, their turn signals are nowhere near where you think they should be? They're all like underneath. And man, so many times I've been looking and watching a Kia. I'm like, what's this idiot doing? Standing. Oh, I got to look down and see his blinkers on. I don't know, man. I don't know what the Koreans were thinking there, but they do a lot of things right. That is something I don't think they did. Okay. Delays on orders for the new Range Rover are insane. Ordered a new one last month. ETA is now February 2023. Bubinder, forgive me if I say your name wrong. I was wondering about that. I was like, what are the delays like for the new ones? One, I'm so jealous you're getting a new one already. But yeah, like if you've ordered one last month and your ETA is February of 2023, that's a year. To give all of you in perspective, I ordered my Sport in January and got it in May. So that was the typical timeline, right? No delays, everything went smooth. But now, so that's a full year you'd be waiting. It's crazy. So it's like when they release the Sport, like, are they even going to be like, is that even going to be available in 2023? If they're going to be struggling to make the full size, but I don't know. Who knows? But I'm sure this is not a secret to them, and they know what's going on. So, to be honest, I've always taken Audi and Mercedes over BMW, over Beamer. Yeah, Audis, their interiors are absolutely amazing, I think. Mercedes. So when I busted the starter on the Rover for the first time, I had the Mercedes. It's their small crossover SUV. I can't remember. I'm not a big Mercedes fan, but we had one, and then we had a facelifted one, and the facelifted one drove so much nicer than the first one we had. And yeah, their infotainment and everything was kind of neat, but it wasn't the the My Mercedes or Mercedes, the MBUX or something like that. It wasn't that system yet. It was the one just before it, but it was neat. It drove okay. I wasn't a massive fan of it, but yeah, we did have a BMW 3 Series for a little bit. We drove that up to the States and had that for probably only 1,000 kilometers or so. That was a neat little car. It was definitely small for a family. Like, yeah, like, just small for me. Don't forget the chip and electronics delivery issues slow the builds. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, somehow got unavailable now. Yeah. This is a good one. So how much longer do you think the used car market will be inflated? Well, with the current state of the world, I think all bets are off the table. Like, right? First we do COVID. Then we do the chip shortage. Now we have Putin. Like, I think anybody's guess is right. Like, there's just everything's I don't know, man. Like I advise anybody right now. It's like no matter what you're driving right now, it's worth unless like you use it for business or something. It is worth seeing how much you can get for it. Like whatever your car is right now, go check out how much will the dealer pay you for it. How much will the personal used market pay you for it right now? Because there are some people who are driving their cars for, they've had their Range Rovers for 6 months and the dealer buys it back from them and they make a little bit of money. Now, they're out of a car, right? They're out of a car. Maybe they have a second car or whatever. But like, it's 100, like, this is just such a crazy time. Take advantage of it. I even looked at what I would get to drop out of the lease and have the dealer buy this back. Right. And unfortunately, it's our only car right now. We had travel, so we couldn't deal with any of, anything yet. But like, that's how crazy the market is. It's like, damn, it's just there's no demand, or there's crazy demand, there's no supply. So try to take advantage of that if you can. Just smart economics. So how much longer? Having on both the Audi S5 2011 and 2017, and now the 2020 C4 40 C4 43. Geez, man. Cups. Yes, we like big cups when we have coffee or tea. How many miles in your Range Rover? I'm literally, I think about 400. Well, I can show you on the app. I'm like 400 kilometers away from um, hitting. Just make sure there's no. This is my license plate. But I'm 400 kilometers away from hitting 100,000. Not even 400. Less than 400. 230. 240. It's gonna be a big moment. I'll do one of those things on Instagram where they have the 100,000, the balloons or something like that. You know. Have you seen the Golden Range Rover Sport SVR and test drive aluminum solo crown? It's giving me good vibes. No, I have not seen that. I'll have to YouTube that. Let me just copy and in another is that the in Test Drive Unlimited, the video game? Yeah, I've seen that. I if that's what you're talking about, I've seen it, and yes, it looks sick. We only bought it 2 months ago. It's all good. And this is only the beginning of inflation. Eddie, do you think so? That's an interesting point. Good time to sell cars. 100%. 100%. Lower if you do miles. Lower if you do US miles. Well, yes, like 100,000 kilometers. 100,000 km 2 miles is 62,000 miles. Oops. Yeah, 62,000 miles. So. Okay. So what are some other, if you guys have other video ideas, definitely hit me up with those, because I would love to come up with some more. I can tell you about some additional ones or some ideas that I have on the thing. Oh no, they're not here. Oh yeah, they are. So I want to do some Mexico ones, like driving in Mexico, what that's like, because driving here is so different than driving. Oh, well, I guess it's different than driving in other, like in North America. But like for a lot of you, maybe if you're in India or you're just in a not as developed country, I guess driving would be the same. It's different if you're in the States and Canada. And so I know a lot of my viewers are there. So that's why I want to do a video on that. Bringing your Range Rover or any car to Mexico. I need to do a roof rack review video, because driving that. So we drove with the big cargo box all the way down from Land Rover, or all the way down from Vancouver with it. And we drove from Mexico to Vancouver the first time with it as well. So lots of miles with that. Ownership review, and yeah. So and the X Ball. So I have traction boards, haven't even used them yet. I bought some X Ball traction boards beginning in December, haven't even had a chance to use them yet. So I definitely want to do a video on those. Get stuck and use them to get out. So well, that'll just be a fun video, because I'll have to find a way to get stuck, which is not that hard. All right. What do you think about the Porsche 911? So the Porsche 911 Turbo S is my all-time dream car. I want to do European delivery when eventually I get one. But I love Porsche. Brands, like the car brands that I love, all have a similar focus in mind. They're all driver-focused brands. Range Rover, BMW, Porsche. They're all about the passion for driving, or and focus on the driver experience. So no, man, I'm a big fan of Porsche. Absolutely in love with the new generation GT3. Like, get me one of those in light blue, manual. I'm good. Like that would just be so sick. My God, they are not cheap. But let's go, man's got taste. Yeah. But like that would be like, oh my God, that would just be like that car, that new GT3. Like, oh shit. That's just like that's Porsche perfection. Right? Like it's was it 12 or 17 seconds faster on the Nürburgring with the same amount of power as the outgoing. That's how good their engineers are. Those German engineers. They don't need more power. They just know how to, they just understand cars, right? Like what other manufacturers can do that? Not increase the power, but make it like 12 or 17, let's just call it 15 seconds around faster around the lap. Like, man. Yeah. So that's like, oh, that'd be so sick. Definitely have good content. I enjoy all the videos. Thank you, Eddie, man. Appreciate that. What tires are you looking at replacing the snow tires with? Bro, I got my all season sitting in a garage at home in Canada. I just need those. So, like, yeah, right. And I was hoping these winters were going to last me one because I got one more season coming up. Right, this season 2022 winter season in Canada. So, and I'm a big believer of like, well, you know how I drive. I can't go through a winter without dedicated winter tires. I'm just gonna get stuck in the bush somewhere, right? Like that whole trip we did with my brother's truck. How far would I have got on just all seasons? Because we all had dedicated winter tires on our rigs, except for my brother. Like, right? So, um, oh, Sam, I love that idea. Live in your Range Rover for 24 hours. That'd be so sick. That'd be a fun video. Live in your Range Rover for 24 hours. What would I do? That would be a fun one. I like that idea. That's cool. Driven through Mexico several times. Roads are changing. Some are for the better. Yeah. Do you mean changing or challenging? I've definitely ran into some challenging roads. Like there was one spot when we were driving through Mazatlan or to Mazatlan, just the highway would just all of a sudden, it was just like, it was like, oh my God, how much longer is this going to last? The highway was just horrible. So dream cars, Ferrari F12 and Largo. I know what the F12 is. Don't know what the Largo is. I'm guessing it's one of the trims or one of the trims of the F12 models. In the UK, we have a tuning company called ES Motors who tune a Turbo S to make the car go 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. Yeah, like it's insane. What it's just how much those engines and that whole drivetrain can take, right? Like it's just awesome, right? I need to get back. The snow would have been it. Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been paved in decades. That's pretty much what roads are like here. Or when they pave them, it's like it's the worst job ever. And so it's like they paved it, but it's not flat. It's still it's horrible. But it is what it is, right? So but let's see if I missed anything else. Ford GT is my dream car. Range Rover my daily driver. Ford GT. It was interesting. I watched Ferrari versus Ford or Ford versus Ferrari, the movie, and I've never been a big Ford GT fan. But honestly, I've never been a big super hypercar fan. There, I said it. I also don't like sports. Sue me. I'm weird. And that taught me so much about the Ford GT, and man, I was like, wow, what an amazing car. That was just really, really cool. So yeah, no, it was really neat. And I actually missed the opportunity to go see the new one when it was touring around Mexico. It was here at one of the dealerships when I lived here, and I missed it because I was just not a big fan. I was like, oh, it's Ford GT, okay, big deal, it's Ford. But oh well. What do you think of the new model Range Rover engines? Oh yeah, let's talk engines on the new Range Rovers. Oh, and Largo is based on their tuner. I will check it out. Eh? That's cool. Okay, new Range Rover engines. What do I think of them? So I don't like Jaguar making small engines or Jaguar Lander making small engines. I don't think their small engines are any good at all. Based on speaking to people and just being around the space, it just seems like anything that a V6 is, with a JLR stamped on it, seems to have issues compared to their larger engines, right? Now, where I think this will change is with the new, and forgive me, I don't have all the names and whatever, but it's the new hybrid one that they basically built from the ground up for their plug-in hybrids. And what's the other one that they're coming out with? But those ones that they built from the ground up to be, for the electrification and all of that. I think those have potential, but it's like, I don't know. So is that Ingenium? So I don't know. Is it still the Ingenium one? New Range Rover. So yeah, it's the 3-liter straight six P400 and the 4.4 liter V8 and the P530. Both plug-in hybrid options use a 3-liter straight six. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see how their new inline six is, and I don't know. Like, yeah, I honestly don't know. That's one of the reasons I'm like, if you're gonna get one, I don't feel comfortable recommending anybody to get one of the smaller ones just because of what they've done with them in the past. Is that Ingenium one any better? Like, aren't they still having issues with the cranks failing on them or whatever? But then another reason I kind of look at it like that, it's like, it's such a heavy car. Why do you want such a small engine on it? Yeah. But so Brian, you bring up a good point. It's super and turbocharged. Yeah. Do you want something that confusing in your Land Rover product? Right? Like, look at Volvo, what they're doing in their big SUV. Isn't it like supercharged, turbocharged, Volvo charged? And it's a complete, like, right? Like, I'm like, oh, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. I'll be that, like, one of the things, like Lander, they're making their improvements, but I just don't know if I don't know. Whereas that 4.4 liter, well, like, it's kind of a tried and tested BMW engine. And of course, everyone's going to say anything complicated that's not Toyota is unreliable, right? So you'll have people say, "Oh, that's right." But a bigger engine on a big SUV makes more sense, doesn't it? Like, if you're really worried about fuel economy, just go buy small SUV. Like, isn't that the solution? It's not buying a big SUV with a smaller engine to try to save on fuel. The engine works harder. Yes, technology might help it work a bit more efficiently, but so I don't know. Time will tell. But yeah, go buy a V8 while you still can. Yeah. Well, it depends. Before the SVR, we had the 3-liter V6 diesel. I wish we had the diesels in North America, like the V8 diesel. Autobiography, Fuji White, and black pack, including wheels. The last is 5 years, and we sold it to get a newer. Nice. How many kilometers did you do on that one? Not sure, but I think I'm gonna use. Correct it, Elias. I hope I said that right. Turbo can be reliable. It just can't all engines really be? Well, I guess not. But yeah, proper maintenance is key. I'm like a firm believer. I change my oil every 10,000 kilometers, 6,000 miles, I guess. Somebody actually was telling me, he's like, you should actually do it based on how you drive it every 8,000. I was like, oh, interesting. I thought I was already being a little conservative. But yeah, if you maintain your engine and like you listen for things like, do you know how your engine sounds on a regular basis? And so if it doesn't sound a little like my engine note has changed over the last 80,000 kilometers. Like it's different. And I've brought it in for that. They're like, nope, it's just getting old. Range Rover is getting old. But like your engine note changes when it's cold. Like, how do you hear it? Right. Those are the things that like I think not enough people pay attention to. And then their engine blows up. Got to have big gear, smaller engine to balance the torque. The diesel and the D5 was phenomenal. Yeah, I really wish we got the V8 diesels in North America. That'd be really cool. What's your personal preference between supercharger and turbocharger? Honestly, this is the first supercharger engine I've ever had. I don't really have a preference, man. I don't have a preference. I don't. It's probably one of the last things that I look at. Now, keep in mind, right? I don't want to work on cars myself. Like I don't even do my own oil changes. So I'm just looking for like, the warranty to cover everything. And, so it's like, I don't care if it's going to have a supercharger or a turbocharger. Now, the only reason I might care with the new Range Rover is because I got so used to that sound. Is the turbocharged 4.4 going to sound as good? Who knows? Might not. And I might be like, it's because of supercharger. I don't know. Is it? Who knows? I just don't know enough. What's your take on the new 4.4 BMW engine? It's faster, but probably won't sound as good. Right, Stephanie? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We don't know how it's going to sound, right? Because Land Rover has to tune it. So we can't say it's going to sound exactly how an M5 sounds because an M5 or an X5 is not Range Rover, because they'll take the engine, open it up, make some adjustments to it, right? So we don't know how it's going to sound. Hopefully it sounds amazing still, because I think everybody at Land Rover knows that engine is one of the best sounding engines I think you can get. But yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We will see. I think April is when the official reveal will come for the new Sport. And I'm trying to think of some features that I don't want in it and features I do want in it. Obviously, the gear lever, I would like to be able to shift. Like if they use the same one that they're using in the big boy and the current Velar, I guess. Yeah, like it's not the best, but it's not the worst that they could have done. They could have really screwed that up, right? But they definitely need to like in the Velar, you can't change by the shifter your gears. You have to use the paddles. I like changing by the shifter sometimes, right? So yeah, the door handles definitely not happy with. I hate retractable door handles. They're retarded because they're stupid. That's just dumb. So yeah, I would like heated and cooled cup holders because Don Frezza. Heated and cooled cup holders would be great, right? But honestly, like to understand what other comfort creatures I'm missing, I'd probably have to go drive around some other brands of vehicles for a while and get used to them. But what are some features that you guys would like to see in yours? Boston Pizza. I'd like a new Range Rover Sport. Do they have one of those? Do you guys know we have Boston Pizza in Mexico? Boston Pizza is a Canadian pizza chain. It's massive. And we have one here in Monterey. And it's actually better here in Mexico than it is there. Yeah, I will need food. I just don't know what I want right now. I'm talking about cars. I'm not hungry. Okay, very important question. Driven hard. I have a feeling it might be similar to the BMW X5M. Think about it. Yes, it'll have the same power plant, but it'll be tuned differently. So you can take the power plant, but you can tune it and adjust it from the engine to the transmission through the exhaust system. That's going to change how it's going to perform. and how it's going to sound. So we just don't know. Shield cubby box is great. The fridge in Range Rovers or in any vehicles is a must-have. Like that is like you have to have that because it's so good. Just like I wish Land Rover would do better with their heads-up display. Like it's just so bloody boring. Like give me a little bit more information and lay it out nicer. That's something I do wish that would change. But based on what we saw with the new Range Rover, it ain't changing. It's same format. What if what's that spaghetti? Sure. Okay.
Or is it too cheesy? Because like there's like the burgers and stuff.
No, you
Full
can, just
sandwich?
you can do the no, just the spaghetti mountain meatball thingy. Is that?
This is the one.
Okay,
the
yeah,
one with
just
the
get that.
meatballs. Yeah. Can I?
You can do whatever you want, Allie. That's my sister-in-law. So what if Land Rover comes up with full electric? What do you mean what if? Do you know JLR actually sells 52%? I believe it's 52 or 53% all their vehicles worldwide. 52 or 53% are electric, are all electric. That's how big the electric market is outside of the North America. So it will be coming. It's just how it is. The technology for all electric. Hey, sister-in-law, Allie, you got a shout out. The electric infrastructure is just no good yet. It's horrible. Driving from Mexico to Vancouver, I couldn't do it. Like you can do it, but I couldn't do it the way I want. And so I'm not going to buy an electric vehicle and have to drive it the way the infrastructure is laid out. I want to be able to go and explore different places and not have to worry about not being able to charge my vehicle. So that's my only issue with electrification right now. Somebody put a comment. It's like anybody driving a non-electric vehicle in 2020 is a moron. And I'm like, bro, you're like talking like it's literally electric vehicles. It's like when did Henry Ford 1912, right? First gasoline powered vehicle, I think 1912. It's like 1914 for vehicles right now in terms of electric vehicles, maybe 1915. Like it's so new and it's just so, I don't want to say obscure because it's growing massively quick, but it's like for somebody like myself would know, like it's just nowhere. Like there's probably not even a quarter of electric vehicle charging stations that there are gas stations. Not even a quarter yet. That's kind of a problem. So, hope that made sense. Love my Velar P400E hybrid rocket, almost silent around town. I see, like, I would like to have that ability to go super silent around town. I think that's really cool. I can't stand that electric vehicles have to make. Like, I wonder if there's a way to shut that noise off, right? That humming sound, right? I like this place. I can say I love Land Rovers. I love Land Rovers without someone saying they're shit because their reliability or that it's a school run car. People hey. I hear you, Sam. I hear you, bro. We are a special breed of people. That's awesome, man. On your trip to Mexico, have you seen any Teslas charging few and far? So that's really, really cool, man. From when we lived here before, Tesla, it was few and far between. But now we were driving down the highway, big Tesla charging bay or station, whatever it's called, right? A new one, right? And so there's a lot more now in some of the malls. There's Tesla's charging, what do you call them? Charging stations. It's changed so much in 2 years, like so much. I was at the Porsche dealership and I was talking to Fernando, salesman there, about the Taycan. And we were just talking about exactly the electric charging infrastructure in Mexico. And he's like, you can drive from here to Mexico City. It's about a day's drive. And he's like, you'll barely make it. But he's like, you can't just relax and do it though. You have to point out your charging stations. Um, he's like, the infrastructure, it's coming, but it's not there, so you can just kind of go and relax and go for a drive across the country or whatever. You have to know because it can be spotty in some areas, very spotty, and like it's Mexico, so power can be spotty in small areas, right? So, yeah. Um, Capacity and infrastructure. Exactly, Brian. That's my only issue. When people say, "Oh, electric vehicles are here," yeah, well, the gas vehicles were here in 1915, but they weren't out. They weren't here. So yeah, electric vehicles are coming. Um, we're in the right direction, but like the infrastructure and everything's just not there. Has a problem. So midnight run 2018 Land Rover Sport. Discovery Sport, Range Rover Sport has a problem with electric. The battery keeps dying. Yeah, definitely not a mechanic. Alternator draining it, something draining it. I drive sometimes 18 hours drive, stop, refill, repeat. So the EV would not work for me. Exactly, right? Not the alternator battery, must be body control module or some crap like that. Could be. Electric cars suck. They die in drains, so normal cars batteries don't last. Yeah, it's still just very, very new technology if you think about it, right? So do you think Land Rover will lean in the future making more electric vehicles? JLR already has. So I own some JLR stock, and so I read all of the company's quarterly reports, and in it breaks down what they're doing with, like, that's why I know, like, they're improving quality, because their warranty claims, I've seen the numbers and how they've been changing over the last 6 quarters. Like, warranty claims are going down, payouts are going down. That means one thing: their quality and building is going up. Despite what YouTube says about the new Defender and everything, Land Rovers are actually becoming more reliable because their letters to shareholders prove it. um, so, anyways, yes, they're making more, like Jaguar is going to be fully electric. Land Rover, they want about 50-50 or so, but Jaguar, yeah, they want to get rid of all gasoline engines. So say goodbye to the F-Type. It's a nice sounding little coupe, right? But yeah, I am the biggest BMW fan. Better just lease a new car with electric than buy a new one. Yeah. All right, Sam, enjoy your dinner. So that's cool. My Defender has no issues. Brian, bro, why can't anybody else figure that out? Right? You're not buying, well, you're buying a car, but you're buying a computer, right? It's a computer. It has glitches. Like, I got my new MacBook Pro with like that M1 Max chip and all of that. But I've had a couple programs crash on me. I didn't throw it out the window and say Apple makes garbage. I did an update today, and guess what? A program wasn't working. A program that I had to record a video for, it wasn't working, and I was getting frustrated. And then I remembered, oh shit, it's been telling me to update this thing for like the last couple days, and I keep ignoring it. Guess what happened? I ran the update. Took me half an hour to run the update, and all of a sudden, that program started working the way it needed to work. The glitch went away. Cars are the same thing, right? Yeah, like people, I'm spending all this money on a car, and the screen sometimes doesn't work. Yeah, it's a computer. Should we just take the screen out for you? Sometimes my phone screen doesn't work properly. Like, sometimes I have to reset it. Like, just people are, yeah. 94 long wheelbase classic is struck. Great. It's such, I don't really understand that. I would love a classic Range Rover. I started following this Instagram account. They restore classic Range Rovers. I wonder if I'll be able to find them. I don't know how to. They restore classic Range Rovers, and oh my god, some of them were just like absolutely gorgeous. Um, and like not cheap, right? But oh wow, I don't know if I'll find it here. Um, but yeah, no, it's I would love a classic Range Rover, just a nice, clean, fully restored classic Range Rover. Something for like that Harry from Harry's Garage, the guy on the farm in the UK. Something he would be proud of. That's the type of classic Range Rover I would love to have in the garage one day, because I think there's just something, I don't know, man, something so cool about that, and just you know what I mean. So reboot. Yes, needing firmware update. There was restored on an eBay that was over. Yeah, the price for them is, oh my god, they are going up and up and up. Um, yeah. So I think Jag's SUV rides much better than a Range. The Jag SUV, like the F Pace or F, yeah, right, the F Pace. So we can. So my friend just ordered, he should be, I think, April's delivery, F-Pace SVR. Now, if we take it Velar and F-Pace, the Velar is going to drive way nicer due to the air suspension, right? Because I've had the loaners, I've had Velar quite a few times and the F-Pace quite a few times, man. And like the bumps, driving over bumps, I notice because there's one bump when I'm going on from one freeway to another freeway, and you got to go on the bridge, and there's that big bump that throws you up. Hopefully that makes sense. And every single time the F pace, I brace because it's like, oh, ow, like it hurts because you take it at speed. Um, but then the Velar, it's just so much more composed due to the air suspension. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that. But yeah. So according to a couple of sources I've been seeing, the Range Rover Sport will share the same engine as Eddie. You're 100%. No, it's same engine. It's the 4.4 liter BMW V8, the turbocharged one. It's same one, same one. Yeah, same one. And that's the big Range Rover is going to have. It's that same engine that they came out with. We don't know numbers. We don't know how it's going to be tuned or any of that yet. So, but that's like all but confirmed officially. But everyone, that's how it is. Weight of the vehicle, tires and wheels. That would make a lot of sense, Brian. F pace feels like a car. It's more of a hell of a slow than I like it, but it's hella slow than the Range Rover Sport, Sports Ascension, or the SVR Model 2. Yeah, I like the Jaguar F pace. I think it is a neat little small SUV. I think it's it's a fun one to drive. Um, and I'm not a big fan of fun SUVs, but I would probably take the F pace over the Velar. If I had to look at both, I'd probably take the F pace over the Velar. Um, I like the Velar, but I like, it's just, to me, and this is just my opinion, the Velar is not it. It's just not Range Rover enough to have the Range Rover name, if that makes sense. But I understand it's not designed to be. It's designed to be the Range Rover for the city, right? Um, so I think that's my only issue that I've always had with the Velar. But I understand why it sells and why it's so bloody popular. According to a couple of sources I've been seeing, the Range Rover Sport will share. Oh yeah, I read that one. Nahago price 80 grand, cheaper than the Range. It's the SVR F Pace is 80 grand. I'm guessing. Like, yeah, and like if that's the case, then yeah, I'd 100% go with that over the Velar. What is it? The SV autobiography? Is that what they call the SVR Velar? I believe, right? That's one vehicle I've never actually seen in person. Looks the best, both Flores. Yeah. No, I've never seen that one in person. Yeah. So the Evoke is a whole nother thing. Like crazy. The Evoke is like. Well, you guys have seen me do videos on the Evoke and on the Disco Sport, and took a little bit of heat from some of the people in those groups, but I'm like, this I don't know, it's just my honest opinion. Right? Like the Evoke, I guess it makes sense. So people who want like a small SUV, but so here's my problem. I can't speak on the Evoke because like I've driven the Evoke before, but I've never actually driven a Honda CRV or whatever else would compete with an Evoque. I just don't understand the Range Rover or Evoque. Why is it called a Range Rover? Why not just Land Rover or Evoque? Why not the Land Rover or Freelander? Isn't that what it really is? I don't know. But no offense for people who have the Evoque. You are a part of the family. It's all good. We love you. Right? It's the modern Freelander. Yes, it is. And it's capable. Like, man, you guys remember that video I did, the Mexico Land Rover experience? The Evoques like plowing through water, definitely higher than its wading depth, but just nonstop, kept up with classic Defenders, full size Range Rovers, Range Rover Sports, kept up, no problem. Somebody's here. Right? Kept up, no problem. It was absolutely insane. I was so impressed with them. And that's just shows you how good Land Rover's traction management, four-wheel drive systems are. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, you work your way up the price chain. 100%. So cool. Hey, I think we'll wrap it up. I'm getting hungry. Been on for an hour, but I appreciate you guys coming out here and giving me some of your Friday. Definitely, I want to do this again. This was kind of fun being able to connect and chat with you versus just doing videos all the time. I need to get more live streams in because being able to answer questions and just kind of connect with some of you a little bit more often. I don't know why I haven't done this before. What have I been doing? Man, I'm like the worst YouTuber. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me a reason to film videos and telling the wife, oh, I'm just gonna go out and film stuff. People are expecting to see me do stuff. You allow me to do what I love to do. So I appreciate it. So these trucks are not good in the snow. If you have sport tires or all season tires, yes, all season tires are horrible in the snow. Cool. On the gig live streaming, Oliver, Oliver, the gig listening, talk to you later, be safe, awesome, yeah, cool. All right, everybody, we'll speak to you soon. Okay, take care.